Wish you could sit in the quietest room just to get some peace and quiet? Be careful what you wish for, it may drive you crazy. Have you ever imagined what it would feel like to be in the most quiet room? Some of us have found ourselves in homes environments where it's extremely quiet and we don't even find it funny. If you know what I mean, now imagine a place that is 10 times more quiet than those places. Although, study shows that 50% of people prefer to stay in quiet places, to stay alone for some time, to get a peaceful mind and improve concentration, but you are not going to get a peaceful mind in the most quiet room in the world, because inside the world's quietest room, noise doesn't bounce off the walls as normal, creating an absence of sound that disturbs visitors to the point of hallucination.
The first thing I notice is I notice the silence in the chamber. And the second thing I notice is that my eyes seem to process differently. When you become disoriented, you always look for secondary senses. And so when you walk into an anechoic chamber, your anchor is your vision because the sound doesn't make sense to you. And over a period of time, it would generate hallucinations in most people, if they have the patience and the willingness to stay there at all.
The quietest place on Earth is an anechoic chamber at Orfield Laboratories in Minnesota. The space is so quiet that the longest anybody has been able to bear it was an entire 45 minutes. It is 99.99% sound absorbent and holds the Guinness World Record for the world's quietest place. The inside of the small room is lined on all 6 sides with deep, fiberglass wedges, a double wall of insulated steel and foot-thick concrete. The room is so silent that the background noise measures negative decibels, minus 9.4 dBA. A typical quiet bedroom measures at 30 dBA. The laboratory actually challenges people to sit in the chamber, in the dark. The quieter the room, the more things you hear. Your ears start to adapt to the quietness. You'll hear your heart beating, sometimes you can hear your lungs, and hear your stomach gurgling loudly. You become the sound in the space, and it can become very disorienting, so disorienting that it can cause people to have trouble standing. The only way to stay in the space for an extending period is to sit. Not only is the anechoic chamber used to challenge people, but companies also use it to find out how loud their products are, such as heart valves, CPAP machines, and cell phones. NASA has also used it for their astronauts to help them adapt to the silence of space.
First you'll hear any rustle of your clothing, so you move an inch and you'll hear it. Then you'll hear any fluids that are in your mouth or your throat. You'll hear them all moving around every time you move your mouth. And the longer you stay in there, the more you hear. So you start to hear the blood flow through your brain.
Have you heard it?
Mm-hmm. It sounds kind of like a ringing or a pulsing.
Can you kind of make the sound for us so that we know what to listen out for?
Of the blood flow?
Yeah,
it just sounds like a pulsing, like... Some people say they can hear their heartbeat coming from their chest as well.
Have you heard that?
No. Mm-mm.
Can you go in the world's quietest room? Members of the public must book a tour to visit the room, and are only allowed in for a short, supervised stay. According to the lab's website, only members of the media are permitted to stay in the chamber alone for prolonged periods of time.